Good Wednesday evening, Southeast Texas. Welcome to 12 News Plus. I'm Chief Meteorologist Patrick Vaughn. Over the next 15 minutes, we're going to take an in-depth look at your forecast. So right now, we're looking from our station off to the north. We're watching a band of thunder showers moving off to the north and east associated with the sea breeze front. This view courtesy of Packard LaPrade. Currently 87 in downtown Beaumont, part of the Roofing 911 Skycam network. So the basic premise for the next 7 days is not a lot as expected. It's going to be little change. Every afternoon over the next 7, we'll see scattered showers and thunderstorms. Could be a little bit of heavy rainfall, though, in some of the storms coming up Friday into Saturday. And then we'll see little change in temperatures with lows in the 70s and highs in the low to mid 90s across Southeast Texas. Your allergy report. Grass pollen has gone back up to moderate levels compared to yesterday. And yesterday we had moderate levels of weed pollen and mold. So just grass has gone up, and those 3 allergens are all at moderate levels. So tomorrow, going to go with a 40% coverage in the lakes, or in the triangle, I should say, with highs around 93 degrees. And modeling is too cool for my likes. And again, about a 40% coverage. I'm not buying that 60%. Otherwise, up in the lakes area, 40, maybe 50% coverage with south to southeast winds. Looks like a warm, hot afternoon, as highs, again, pretty close to what I was forecasting, and modeling is a little bit wetter than what I have. So we'll see how that pans out. About a 40 to 50% coverage across the area. As far as your afternoon highs here in Beaumont over the next 7 days, low to mid 90s. Not a lot of change, as you can see. Saturday and Sunday we may go up a little bit depending upon how much sun we have, and also because we have high pressure moving in Saturday, then moving out on Sunday from the southeast coast over our area Saturday and Sunday, then moving over towards the Four Corners as we work on into Tuesday of next week. As far as rain chances, Thursday, Friday of 40% coverage, Sunday, Monday of 40% coverage, and Wednesday of 40% coverage. Normally we see about a 30% coverage, so at or just above normal as far as rainfall chances. And there it is. There is the sea breeze right there. It's moved all the way from the triangle, and as you can see, north of us, up towards, say, near Bon Weir and north of Silsbee, that has weakened, and that is headed off towards the north and east. A little closer inspection shows that thunder shower moving away from Buna off to the north and east over towards Bon Weir and Mauriceville, Louisiana, north of Silsbee. That cell has weakened. New cell near Honey Island over in north central sections of Hardin County is developing. Otherwise, pretty quiet this evening is what we're expecting. We have had a little bit of moisture and a little disturbance coming down from the northwest, and that is probably helping to help energize that shower and thunderstorm activity to the north of the triangle. Otherwise, just not a lot of change. We have weak high pressure, very weak high pressure over the Four Corners area, and there's a high over towards Florida. Now that high is going to be building our way Saturday and Sunday on its way to developing over the Four Corners early next week. But Saturday and Sunday, that high will be pretty close, and if not on top of us, as we head towards Saturday and Sunday. Also, the disturbance that we're tracking, the north central Gulf, has moved all the way into southwestern sections of Georgia, and moisture, you can see it right there in the Gulf, that'll be headed our way as we work on into Friday and Saturday across southeast Texas. So tonight, 10 to 20% coverage. We may start to see nocturnal showers and thunder showers develop along the coastline, and we'll go with the 40, maybe 50% coverage in the triangle, depending on modeling. And up in the lakes area, also about a 40 to 50% coverage. Still could hit the mid 90s across southeast Texas. Again, we just are exiting or moving out of the hottest part of the summertime. Normally, it's about 93 or 94 this time of year, and so temperatures going to start going down, climatologically speaking, as we head towards fall. So lots of moisture due to the disturbance up into North Texas. It helped produce those showers and thunderstorms. And there is the disturbance that we tracked in through Mississippi and Alabama. It's over into southwestern Georgia, and the moisture tracking behind it into the North Gulf. And that will be headed our way towards Friday and Saturday, with that disturbance moving ashore coming up Friday morning between Tampico and Brownsville. Also, notice all this red. That's high pressure building our way at the same time. We get that surge of moisture. It's going to be interesting to see what happens, in my mind, coming up on Saturday. We'll go with a 30% coverage because I think there'll be some subsidence or sinking air, which will help to counteract the surge of moisture coming in. So about a 30% coverage coming up Saturday, maybe a little better chance on Sunday as we may get some disturbances coming in from the north. And as we work on into Tuesday, the high moves away. There's the outer edge of the high, and look how strong it builds up over towards the Four Corners. And another disturbance coming on in. You can see the counterclockwise weak swirl there on Tuesday. So we'll start to see, I think, a little better chance of rain and thunderstorm activity. You know, I can't go any more than a 40% coverage at this time, 7 days away, because this is probably going to change, but that's the way it looks at this point as far as modeling goes. Now, in the tropics, we are watching this weak disturbance. It's over the Yucatan, so it's not going to develop there. Hurricane Center only giving that a 10% shot, but again, we expect it to head on into near south of Brownsville, back over to Tampico Friday morning. Ridge of high pressure. This is what this red is right here. That is steering Erin westbound. Now, it's going to weaken per modeling as we work on into Monday. By Monday, this storm, Erin, will be a Cat 3 hurricane. And as you can see, the ensembles, this is the European ensemble, that's exactly what the Hurricane Center is following, and I'm able to show this to you. Notice they don't come, not a single one out of the 50 runs bring it into the Gulf. Not even to Florida. So Florida looking good. European ensemble, if it's right. Now, couple models, couple members of this 50-member ensemble may clip the Outer Banks, but the bulk of them would probably keep it offshore from the East Coast. We'll see if that materializes. Let's go a little closer inspection showing that recurve as we head towards next week. As you can see, the bulk of them pretty much offshore. So this would be some great news. Otherwise, on the Gulf tomorrow, looking at slightly choppy seas around 2 feet in your coastal marine forecast. We'll see southwest winds at 5 to 10 knots, water temperature 92 degrees. Look at that sunrise time getting earlier and earlier. Now down to 7:58 p.m. your sunset. Otherwise tonight, 10 to 20% coverage, warm and humid. Skies becoming mostly clear to partly cloudy. Lows will be in the mid-70s lakes, mid to upper 70s and lower 80s triangle. Then for tomorrow, we expect a 40, perhaps 50% coverage of scattered showers and storms. Highs 92 to 93. Heat indices, because it's going to be in the lower 90s, and high dew points or high amounts of moisture will calculate to about 103 to 105 as far as your heat index. And the UV index in between those showers and storms could get up to 9.3 tomorrow. So if you are fair-skinned like me, you'll want to slap on that sunscreen because you'll burn in a very short amount of time. Otherwise, light south winds are expected, and that's really going to be the case over the next 7 days. Not a lot of wind expected the next 7 days. So tomorrow, about a 40% coverage. Highs will be in the lower 90s, and we'll see south winds at 2 to 5 miles an hour. Real light winds across southeast Texas. And taking a look at that heat index tomorrow, 105, 106, 103, a lot of triple digits coming up tomorrow afternoon as far as the heat index. So taking a look at the atmospheric moisture, you can see how it comes up tomorrow and also Saturday, kind of with a little bit of a surge. And again, very high amounts of moisture right on through the next 7 days. That's 2 inches or more. And that's for meteorologists mostly. This is precipitable water is what we call it. But it's atmospheric moisture, and it's going to be high through the next 7 days, kind of peaking Thursday, Saturday, and then with that disturbance coming in on Wednesday, it goes back up. So we've got ample moisture, and it's not going anywhere over the next 7 days. And so you warm that moist air mass up with instability and daytime heating, and any disturbances, it just sea breeze, favorable winds, scattered showers and thunderstorms each and every afternoon through the next 7 days. That's exactly what we're going with as far as your 7-day forecast for tomorrow. About a 40% coverage. Friday, a 40% coverage. Now, Saturday's kind of a question in my mind. Now, you know, we've been talking about that surge coming in late Friday into Saturday. The question is, with high pressure coming in and it causes sinking air, will that counteract the surge of moisture and just keep us down to a 30% coverage? So it's going to be very interesting coming up Saturday as far as that goes. And we'll go back up to a 40% coverage coming up Sunday and Monday, down on Tuesday, and you get the picture. Once again, 40% coverage coming up on Wednesday. That is your weather in depth in southeast Texas. We'll take another look outside, and you can see those towering cumulus far out in the distance from the Packard-LaPrade downtown Skycam. A little change expected over the next 7 days. We expect scattered showers and thunderstorms each afternoon. Lows will remain in the 70s, mid 70s up in the lakes, mid to upper 70s in the triangle pretty much every day through the next 7, with highs low and mid 90s across southeast Texas. Otherwise, we're going to go with a 40% coverage in the triangle tomorrow, about 93. And checking in with what modeling shows, it shows only the upper 80s. It's going to be warmer than that. So I don't agree with that. 50 to 60% coverage. I may be a little low on rain chances coming up in the morning. It depends on when this all develops. But I do expect at least a 40% coverage coming up tomorrow afternoon. Disagree there, but it's questionable as far as if we get any nocturnal development along the coastline, and that enhances rain chances tomorrow. So about a 40% coverage in the triangle, 40 to 50% coverage in the lakes area. We still think it could be about 93. And yeah, it looks like afternoon showers and storms up in the lakes area. Again, I like what I'm seeing here as far as modeling. Taking a look at your afternoon highs, 93 to 95 over the next 7 days. And that's a little bit above normal because of high pressure quickly building in on Saturday, then moving out on Sunday, and then scattered showers and storms keeping us at about 93 to 94, depending upon how much moisture and sun, I should say. So best chances Thursday, Friday, Sunday, Monday, and let's just do it this way. The least chances of shower and thunderstorm activity Saturday and Tuesday at about a 30% coverage, which is pretty normal this time of year. There's the sea breeze moving on off to the north. Notice the clouds. You'll be going cloudy once again over towards northern Newton County over the next hour or so, and back over towards Jasper as that sea breeze marches on in towards the north. A few strikes south of Bon Weir. That's headed your way, and also north of Buna, maybe impacting Kirbyville over the next hour or so, within the next hour or so. And again, there's just no high pressure over the state, and that's why it's been kind of a wet summer. Weak high pressure over the Four Corners, and the high over the southeast Gulf back over to Florida. This is what is going to be moving our way as we head towards the weekend. So that will deflect the disturbance that's off towards our south over the Yucatan and move it south of our area, well down the coast towards Brownsville, maybe over towards Tampico in Mexico. So tonight, just some leftovers, 10 to 20% coverage. Then tomorrow, this is the question. Do we get this shower and thunderstorm activity in the morning, or is it going to be in the afternoon? I don't know. To be quite honest with you, I think it's going to be mainly afternoon. So I'm kind of skittish about whether this is going to happen. I think we'll see scattered showers and storms in the afternoon, and also in the lakes area. So we'll go with about a 40% coverage as we have ample moisture coming up tomorrow. Another little bit of a surge. The heaviest rains associated with this will not be here. They'll be far down the coast towards Brownsville and Tampico, maybe the other side of Corpus Christi. But we do get a surge as high pressure begins to build on in. So maybe a 30 to 40% coverage. And then the high moves in, and then it moves off towards the west, over towards the Four Corners. At the same time, another disturbance moves underneath this ridge, so that may increase our rain chances a bit as we head towards Wednesday of next week. This disturbance going to be headed towards Tampico, south of Brownsville. Hurricane Center giving this little chance of development. And as we head towards the eastern Atlantic, checking in on Erin, this is the subtropical ridge. It weakens off the southeast coast. Erin will be a Cat 3 by Sunday, and because of that break in the ridge, it will turn off to the north and recurve on out to sea. The question is, does it scrape by the outer banks? But Florida, the Gulf, not an issue for this. On the Gulf tomorrow, looking at slightly choppy seas around 2 feet and a southwest wind at 5 to 10 knots. Our forecast tonight, this evening, a 10 to 20% coverage, becoming mostly clear to partly cloudy, mid to upper 70s. Then for tomorrow, looking at chances at about a 40, maybe 50% coverage, highs in the lower 90s, and are partly sunny skies. And your 7-day